Sonic, the heart of your system.
All ready? That's better. I'm the awarded for Kit Guru. Thermaltake Level 20 RGB Battlestation Gaming Desk. The name literally says it all. It is a desk for gaming that has RGB. It's big, it's heavy, it comes flat packed, it weighs something like 68 kilos in the box, and thankfully I've built it so you don't have to, because believe you me, there's a lot of work involved. This feels peculiar to me. Generally what I do is I have an item on my desk that I am reviewing, say this laptop or whatever it might be, or some cables. In this instance it is the furniture I'm reviewing, so I've pulled back to show you, the Thermaltake logo and the RGB-ness, but it is the furniture that we're looking at. The headline information about the Battlestation can be summed up actually surprisingly quickly. It has an enormous load bearing capacity, 150 kilos. It weighs quite a lot at 70 something kilos net, and it's expensive. The price is £1,200 in the UK, £1,199. You can buy it discounted at Scan for £1,099, £1,100. So still over £1,000. It is a lot of money. The typical price you pay for a motorised desk like this, and I've got it spun around because I was doing my amusing skit for the opener, so the controls are over there. It can go up and down. Lowest height is 70 centimetres, highest is 1 metre 10, 110 centimetres. So 70 is this, 110 is that, which is a standing desk territory. And obviously you can go anywhere in between the two. It's infinitely variable. The motor is a stepper motor, and it is undeniably a high-powered quality motor. But you would typically pay, say, £400 for a desk of this size that had motorised control. But it wouldn't have 150 kilos capacity, which obviously the reason for that is you might have a really high-end, super heavy Thermaltake gaming PC on your desk, and therefore they want the capacity to go with. Let's take it as read that you want your table desk to have a high load bearing capacity. The question is how much you're prepared to pay for it. So if the basic motorised desk would be, say, £400, you're paying a premium for that 150 kilos. £700, £800, that's a hell of a lot. You've also got the RGB. Now the RGB, although it goes into a groove in the MDF desktop and goes around this full surface mouse mat, which just rests in place, which is why you can see it sort of raised up, certainly over there, and I think in this corner here, because it hasn't yet settled out. So you're paying a premium for the lighting as well, but I mean, how much is that? Let's call it 100 quid, because it's two lighting strips, one that goes around here and one that goes there, and they've each got their cables that drop through one corner of the table, I think is over there, and then they go down to a control unit, and it's all a bit spaghetti junction. I'll come to that in a moment. So let's say you're paying £100 for the RGB and you're paying £400 for the desk. That suggests that Thermaltake wants a premium of about £700 for the 150 kilosness, which strikes me as outrageous. It's possible you're prepared to pay that money, in which case good luck to you. Personally, I think if I was looking at paying that sort of money to put a huge PC on my desk, I'd be thinking, no, I'll put the PC under the desk. Assembling the desk took me some considerable time. I would estimate that it would take you typically about 4 hours possibly, because the user guide that comes with is fairly hopeless. It covers all the essentials, how you put the thing together, and so on and so forth. It gives you a kit list of the various parts, but it is not up to the level of IKEA. IKEA, to my mind, they're just brilliant. Their pictograms and so on are superb. In this instance, for example, the components don't have little stickers on, so you're looking for parts J and K, but you can't find J and K. You have to look at the part and go, is that this part? When I was looking at the PDF of this same guide, it made a lot more sense, far better than this awful thing. But the thing is that for £1,200, I think Thermaltake might have done the decent thing and, for example, have included, frankly, a bound brochure, a book almost, or something. This is just rock bottom basic. This is what you get with every product. You get that with a mouse. And this is some sort of L luxury premium product. This is £1,200 of kit. This is not good enough. The part that really threw me was connecting up the RGB. Laying the RGB strips into the desktop is easy peasy. There's a routed or routed, if you prefer, channel. You put the strips in place, you drop the cable, so you connect them up to the RGB controller. That's all straightforward. There are basically two methods. The method I've gone for here is USB external, connected to this Gigabyte laptop. The cable is split because it not only handles the USB controller, it also handles power for the controller, because in addition you've got mains power you've got two mains plugs actually. You've got one that controls the lighting, powers the lighting, and one that powers the rise fall. So there's two mains plugs, and then in addition you've got the USB side of things. If you're going for an internal connection, so you want to connect your desk inside your PC, then you use this alternate cable, which has a standard 9-pin header there. It has a micro USB there, another micro USB there, so you've got a choice of connections, Molex power there, and then this plugs into the control unit. So the control unit for the desk might, I suppose, vanish inside your PC, or you trail the cables out. You've got options. Anyway, once you get past that, that's fine. And the hysterical thing is the guide ends at the stage when the desk is complete. It doesn't mention installing control software. If you go to the support site for the Battlestation, you will find you have a choice of TT RGB Plus software, which is the suite that I used for their water RAM, works very well, and that's what you use for fans and such like, or iTake. Now, iTake is a horrible name, apart from the whole iPhone thing, Apple. It obviously also feels like it's referencing Corsair iQ, and that's just really lose the eye, please. So iTake. The irony was that I was told that TT-RGB Plus would be the software that would work come hell or high water, and that iTake was currently a bit buggy because it's brand new and coming along. And I found the opposite. I found that the RGB Plus software simply didn't want to behave. It was looking for, if you look around online, you'll find error messages for this software being reported by various people. The RGB Plus software was looking for a fan controller that doesn't exist, and it's a desk with lights. Obviously, the RGB strips are essentially like the strips you put inside your PC, just physically larger. And therefore that was no good. The iTake software, on the other hand, behaves absolutely perfectly. Absolutely lovely. The annoying thing is you need to run the iTake software to make the desk work. So if I shut my laptop down at night, or unplug it, or walk away, or turn off the PC or whatever, unless you have constant USB feeds to the system, it goes off. And then when you turn it on, if you literally turn on the power but you don't have a USB connection made, nothing happens. You plug USB in, bing, then you have lights, and I find that a bit peculiar. I'm not sure which I would prefer. Would I prefer that the lights were on permanently as I hit a button, or would I want a night mode? I don't know, but I'm absolutely clear in my own mind there should be storage built into the desk that handles all that stuff, and if you then want to update the lighting mode, for example, you then plug in your system in one way or another over USB or USB, and you change your configuration. So this is Spectrum Cycling. Let us change that. Let's go for raindrop. Random colours. Well, I guess it's pleasant enough. I mean, fair enough if you like that sort of thing. Now, at Nangang, when we saw this Battlestation at Computex Nangang, Thermaltake's booth, there's a big booth. They had, I think, 5 or 6 of these desks all lined up side by side. Looked quite impressive, but then that's a whole different environment, of course. That's your glitzy show hall, lots of noise. So, for example, the sound of the motor going up and down, which is not especially noisy, but you couldn't hear it at Nangang. It was just silent. And the lighting, similarly, you want the whole pulsing rainbow marquee. Let's go for the default rainbow marquee. Let's do that. rainbow marquee is actually spiral rainbow, because of course they know that the configuration is in this rectangular shape. It's not going to be just a line, is it? It can't be, it has to be rectangle. So you connect up all your RGBness, you've got an RGB control unit, you've got a bunch of cabling, there are some sort of metal ducting things. You appreciate I'm sat on the wrong side of the desk, I should be sat on that side with the controls over there, and that means I'm hard up against this metal shielding, which is where you hide away all the gubbins. Nonetheless, I haven't done a particularly good job of hiding the gubbins away. I'm not sure you could actually make it perfect. It really very much is a motorized desk where they've added the RGB by routing the MDF top and putting some holes in it, and then they've put somewhere that you can hide the cables, but the cables are not built in, not by a long chalk. So the cables on the underside, to my mind, not good. The connection of those, slightly aggravating, but it's here. Once it's all working and is happy, and you're controlling it with the software, if this is what you're after, absolutely terrific. The fundamental principle of a motorized desk, I'm fine with that. A big heavy desk like this, on the other hand, I mean 70 kilos, and then you potentially put 150 kilos up to of PC and whatever else on top of it, that's 200, and that's a quarter of a ton approaching. That's an awful lot of weight. Is your floor up to it? You know, you have to ask yourself this sort of question. What are you standing it on? Is it hard flooring? Is it, you know, tiles stroke flagstones? Is it wood? That's potentially a massive amount of weight. To sum up, it's big, it's heavy, it is brutally expensive. You get RGB, it's a motorized desk. Who's it for? I genuinely don't know. I actually have no idea. I totally understand that at Computex, probably at CS and other places, that the people like Thermaltake want to show off their kit on their table, so they've got a massive RGB thing going on. I understand the ecosystem they have going on with their software, where they're combining their fans with their cooling system, with their water RAM, with their desk. The whole thing hooks together. Other companies have done similar things. Corsair, obviously, Asus, similarly Razer, as we know, they've got their Chroma software that is overarching, which will unite most brands of product apart, I believe, from Corsair. Cooler Master is going down the same route, so I get that entirely. As to which retail customer is going to say £1,100 or £1,200 for a desk, yep, I'm up for that. I really don't know. This desk or an RTX 2080 Ti, which is still obscenely expensive. Well, I mean, you get more physical stuff like this for sure, but I think I want the graphics card. I mean, I want the graphics card to be cheaper, but this is far, far, far too expensive. The ability to go up and down is fine. The motorized desk side of it I'm fine about, but paying the premium for the extra heavy load capacity, that's where I draw the line. 400 quid for a motorized desk, yeah, okay. 1,100-1,200 for this, I couldn't bring myself to do it. I am horribly aware that sounded like a litany of complaint, because it was. The fact of the matter is, this desk does pretty much do what Thermaltake wants it to do. It supports your PC, it gives you RGB, it uses their software, it works correctly, it looks perfectly okay. Nonetheless, in terms of value for money, it's just awful. And then the niggly little details, such as the fact you have to have the software running to keep the lights on, literally. That's annoying. They could sort out the user guide and sort out the cabling to make it slightly less aggravating, and I shouldn't think it costs them a great deal of money to do that. Perhaps they'll do that in time. So that side of things, I'm annoyed by that, but that's fixable. But the fundamental concept, unless they slash the price, and I mean like by half at the moment, could I recommend this? Not a chance. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, well, okay. Hit the bell button, subscribe, return to Kit Guru for more videos. I'm Neil Woodard for Kit Guru. This is the, to give it its full name, Thermaltake Level 20 Battlestation RGB Gaming Desk.